Hello, friends. It's Exo Man. Uh, yeah, I have seen the some tidbits of what is happening in Paris and the opening ceremony as it occurred there for the Olympics, and it's very sad. I'll just say a few things about how I feel about that. And I know a lot of you feel the same way. Um, I recall growing up, and I'm not ancient for God's sake. I'm getting older, but the world that I recall, entertainment for the masses was wholesome, right? And there's a reason for that. There is, you know, we love we many of us, most of us used to want to live in a civilized society. You had your freedom to do, and we fought for these freedoms, what you want to do. You have your freedom to do what you want to do in your own personal life, right? But then you have these very public events that we would, there's a standard of decorum that we would expect as a civilized society. In other words, you go to a bar to see a stripper, right? You don't expect that to be paraded in front of your kids outside of the bar, in a sunny park in the middle of the afternoon. You don't want to see sex acts. That's the thing. That's basically the gist of it. So what I'm saying, and it's getting very tiresome, and I'm tired of the excuses, and so are a lot of you, and you're hateful if you don't love this expression. It's art or whatever. No. Drag queens reenacting the Last Supper as part of the opening for the World Olympics basically that's not art. That should not fall under the freedom of expression and art. The whole world is watching, and the world is getting tired of it. I'm tired of the satanic rituals. To me, that's not like, I understand that to you, a lot of you, that is a serious threat and it's a frightening thing. But to me, it's just freaking childish. It's so childish. But the scary thing is that these people have power, and this does seem to be the pushing of this new world order. These elitists, the Illuminati, if you will. I don't care if that sounds silly to any of you. I'm beyond the point of caring about that. It seems all too real now. But this is clearly an agenda by now. It's stupid to not see what's going on, and that there is some sort of agenda and some sort of Illuminati, and by that I mean some powers behind the scenes that are basically mocking us and showing us the power they have. The power to put something like that before the world. It is to say that it's not satanic is just to fall prey to the bullshit. Like they're showing you their satanic ritual. They're doing it. They're foisting it upon you, and you're saying, "Oh, this is not satanic." Of course, it's satanic. They trotted out the apocalyptic horseman, with the cape, the symbolism of death. What does that have to do with the Olympics? They used to have just beautiful dance and celebration and just proudful just imagery of that conjured up the feeling of champions and what champions do and the dreams of champions. Now it's this darkness, this dreary. I saw people dancing and falling down like dead, feigning death in the middle of this weird electronic sound dance. And why are all these dancers falling dead? Huh? What does that have to do with the Olympics? What do transvestites reenacting the Last Supper, mocking Christianity? What does that have to do with the Olympics? You have every right to be critical of Christianity. You have every right to mock it if you want to, but you don't do that on the world stage. France, Paris, you organizers, you don't organize something where you say, I know. Let's mock a religion. Pick a religion. What should we do? Islam? No, no, no. Don't mess with Islam. They'll kill us. They'll frickin' burn this city down. They'll shoot us. They'll kill us. They'll cut our throats. I know, let's bully the Christians because they're civilized and they want peace and they want peace and love. And I'm not a religious man. I've told you this, but I will protect people from bullies. I've done it all my life. I did it as a child on the schoolyard and I'll do it now. Don't bully people and don't mock people's beliefs like that. You know, unless somebody's belief is in killing or hurting others, don't do that. And Christianity has got its histories, to be sure. It's got its history, right? They've gone from this end of the spectrum to that and back and forth. And I get there is a lot to mock. I mean, there is a lot to not like. If you like the Vatican, you know, the power of the Vatican. I get all that. But again, that's not as much to do with the larger whole of Christianity. Why mock the religion like that? What are they doing? Ask questions. And if they're coming for the Christians now, when are they coming for you? Right? Stand up for your fellow man, whether you're a Christian or not. And if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, then you're like, what the hell is he talking about? Well, look, pay attention. And some will say, what do you care? Just not. The problem is I know right from wrong. And I care, you know, like I cared when, you know, I saw a comedian the other night saying, what do you people care about women swimming? Like I never knew anything about women's swim teams before this Leah Thomas thing. And why do you care? Why do you care? Well, I care because I know the difference between right and wrong. And in that instance, these were young men who were deciding later in life, you know, as they became mature athletes as men, they decided to be women and then trounced the women, the girls in these sports. I care because that's wrong. So I care about stuff like this. I care about people being bullied and downtrodden like this. And I don't understand what overt sexuality has to do with the Olympics. I don't understand why drag queens are dressed to look naked and to look very sexual. Again, that's fine, man. Get your freak on in your nightclubs, in your homes, at your dance clubs, wherever. Do your thing. Have your sex. But just because you have a different sex than I do doesn't mean you get to slap me in the face with it and say, accept my sexuality, accept my pronouns, accept my perversion, you know? No, stop it. Everybody needs to stand up now and say, we're done. We're tired of it, and it's going to stop now. They're pushing. We need to do something preemptive, because it occurs to me that some of these people just want all-out war, and that's what none of us want. War. Trust me. If you think you want war, be it civil or world war, that's a screwed up fantasy, man. Because have you ever smelled rotting bodies around you? Have you ever had to haul away blown apart bodies and viscera coming out of bodies and just trying to figure out logistically what to do with that, and the stinking of death and mayhem and just blood in the streets? And it's awful. War is awful. And we don't want that. So, but that's where they're pushing. So I think you've got to stand up to it. This has become satanic and it's goofy. Satanism to me is if you're pushing it if you want to do it on your own terms in your own private places of worship, that's fine too, because we have freedom. But when you start pushing that stuff down our throats, and it's like you're telling us you're coming for us, right? With all the dancers dropping dead and the apocalypse horsemen and the scenes of the gruesome scenes with Marie Antoinette with her head cut off. And why all the gruesomeness? Why all the darkness? Why the death overtones? Sex and death. Let's make it about champions, and let's try again. But let's boycott this. I don't think we should be rewarding the sponsors of this kind of garbage that signed off on this at all. So anyway, share your thoughts, because I don't know. I'm just a guy that's seeing some crap and I don't like it. And, you know, a lot of people love to say, you don't know what's going on. You're just being misguided. You're just being misinformed and you're believing the bullshit. Well, I kind of see what's going on. I mean, sometimes it filters, it comes through, and you can see what's happening here. Come on, let's go back to a civilized world where we had adults in control and we didn't abide this kind of filth. And, you know, whether you're religious or not, stand up for your fellow man and their religion, and just say no to this. That's just start feeling it. Just start saying, okay, if we can amass, you know, our vibratory strength, right? Millions and millions and millions of people, billions of people, and just say in your mind and your heart, I'm done with this. I'm going to stop buying these people's products. This is going to end now. Then it ends. That's how, and that's when it ends. Okay. I just wanted to share some thoughts with you. Thank you for watching, everybody. I've got to make dinner now.